Hey, Skyline Academy. Welcome to DBT Group. This week we're going to be talking about distress tolerance. So that is learning how to survive big feelings and coping appropriately. It's kind of self-explanatory. We are in distress. We need to learn how to tolerate it. There are 3 goals to distress tolerance. The first is to survive a crisis situation without making it worse. So sometimes we have big feelings, right? And we are in crisis, whether it's triggered because of something somebody said or did, or something is coming up from your past experiences. We enter crisis mode, but we are going to learn how to survive it using distress tolerance techniques without making it worse. So sometimes we get through, we always get through our crisis situations because we're still here, but sometimes we do make them worse. So we're going to use some tips and tricks on how to survive those without making them worse. Our second goal is accepting reality with the possibility of moving forward. So accepting that sometimes we do suffer, sometimes we are hurting, because life is not always kind to everyone all of the time. Learning how to accept that, but also understanding that even in those moments where we're in distress, there is a possibility that we can move forward through these suffering and through these big bad feelings, okay? And then our third goal is becoming free of having to act out on strong emotions and urges. So I know for a fact that many of you struggle not to react when we feel big feelings. So we're learning how to get kind of free of those reactions. We don't want to just act without thinking. So again, we're going to learn some tricks to helping stop our bodies and slow down our minds so that we can learn how to build our distress tolerance. So our first acronym that we're going to use is our STOP skills. So this is something that you can remember when you are in those crisis situations, okay? Or when you're feeling those big feelings, you feel like your body's getting out of control, maybe your reaction's getting out of control, okay? So STOP. The first step is to stop. Stop what you're doing. Don't react. Freeze. Everything is temporary. We have to just take a moment, take a step back. That's our T. So we stop, we freeze, and we take a step back. Maybe we take a breath, take a break, walk away from the situation if we need to. And then observe. Observe. What's going on inside and outside of your body? What is the situation that's going on? And what are you feeling? What are others saying and doing? Really non-judgmentally take a look at the situation and be honest with yourself. What are you really feeling and what's really going on in your body and outside your body? And then our last step is P, proceed mindfully. And that's just a fancy way of saying we are going to act with intention. What are your goals and what will make this situation better or worse? If what you're planning on doing is going to make the situation worse, is going to make it harder for you to reach your goal, maybe make a different choice. Maybe continue to take a step back and observe the situation. Maybe you're not ready to deal with what's going on and you can't proceed mindfully, so you walk away. So those are our STOP skills. Stop, take a step back, observe, and proceed mindfully. Next up are our TIP skills. TIPP, tip with an extra P. Now, there's some science involved in our TIP skills. TIP skills are all about body chemistry, about slowing our bodies down, whether it's our breathing or our movement or our brain. Sometimes when we get in those distressing situations, our blood starts rushing around in our body, our neurochemicals fire off, and we are no longer in control. So this is all about things that you can do with your body to get that blood flowing back to your brain and back to your heart, the two places where we need it the most so we don't make a bad decision or a poor decision and keep ourselves from achieving our goals. So the first tip skill is temperature. Now I want to note, this should not be done without adult supervision or adult permission for our little ones. But say we're in a distressing situation, why don't you put your face in some cold water, splash it on your face, or take a cold pack and put it up against your face, or hold an ice cube for a while and let it melt in your hand. Really focus on that feeling that it's bringing to your body. But oftentimes when we get upset, our body temperature actually rises, and that's part of why we feel so distressed. So a way of tricking our body back into feeling calm is to lower our temperature. So we can splash some water on our face, some cold water on our face. We can hold an ice cube or maybe use an ice pack on our face. The I stands for intense exercise. So to calm down our body that's full of emotions, we're going to use some movement to get those emotions out. So intense exercise looks like running or walking very fast or jumping up and down, lifting weights, something that's really going to keep you moving very quickly. Our first P is paced breathing. So that means breathing deep into our belly through our nose and then breathing out more slowly than we breathed in. So again, breathing in through our nose and filling up our belly and then breathing out very slowly. It's really important to make sure that you're breathing out slower than you're breathing in. Our last P is paired muscle relaxation, which is a lot like our melts. So it's about tensing our body after we breathe deeply. So breathe deep in and then, twist your arms up, fold your arms, or just squeeze everything you have in your body and then let that breath out. And that's going to trick your body again into calming down, into realizing, oh, I'm not actually in a crisis situation. It just feels like I am. So those are our tip skills. All right, guys. So for this week in DBT, we learned about distress tolerance and our stop skills and our tip skills to help us get through those really distressing, panic, crisis situation moments so that we don't get in our own way. Remember, you guys have some big goals, some big things that you're working on so you can go back to public school. And these are some tricks to making sure that you can keep a safe body and get through those times without making it worse, okay? So remember our stop skills and our tip skills. I'm going to have them written below the video so that you can check in with those, maybe write them down, put them up on a piece of paper in your room, or put them on your laptop or your iPad, whatever it is that you use, somewhere where you can see them all the time so that you can memorize them. And in the next week or so, if any big feelings come up, if you're feeling super stressed out and you start to feel your body overreacting, remember to stop or to try your tip skills, okay? I'll see you next week, Nuggets. Bye.